Everybody, welcome back to the Draft to Glory series with Austin FC in the MLS, and we have been progressing somewhat, and now we're entering a competition called the Leagues Cup. I've got no idea either. Let's dive into the game then, and you can see some results that we've had since our last episode. Toronto FC and Minnesota beat us back-to-back games. We followed that up in the Cup quarter-final with a 1-0 loss against Nashville. It was very disappointing. And then a very entertaining game against LA Galaxy, 4-2. So let's go and look at the highlights of that one. So obviously Galaxy aren't the force they used to be in the MLS with the likes of Gerrard and Ibrahimovic, but they did put us to the sword. A lovely header from Milovanovic up front, who proved to be a thorn in our side, but a poor pass from Zanka gave it to Burton. He ran through and fired it past McCarthy in goal to make it 1-1 just after 16 minutes. Ledesma came down the left-hand side, dinked across to the back post, and Ricky Puig of Barcelona, or ex-Barcelona, fired home from the edge of the box to make it 2-1. It was later 3-1 as Milovanovic got another header at the back post, and we do seem to be lacking a little bit of height across our full-backs, and he completed his hat-trick to make it 4-1, firing home just before the hour mark. But we weren't done. We got one back as Dawson was going for a cross. It fell all the way to Bentley, fired it in low, and Burton was there to get his second of the game. So a couple of games after that, we went to, Colorado came to visit us, actually, and it was another entertaining game. Rafael Navarro headed past Marriott back in goal after his long injury spell, made it 1-0. Osario with a corner to the back post, and Gazerb was there. I'm going to butcher all the pronunciation, so don't worry too much about that. Made it 1-1. Gazerb with a throw-in, then laid it short to Johnson. In it went Travis with a good tackle, but it fell to Toves. He managed to somehow find Williams in amongst all of that, and that was his first goal for the club. Trulio played a 1-2 from the throw, dunk it again to the back post, and Farkler hit the post, but put the rebound in to make it 3. Toves with a wonderful free kick, postage stamp into the top corner off the post, and the goalkeeper could do nothing about that one. Colorado did get a consolation goal late on in the 91st minute as Rafael Navarro made it 4-2. We also took on St. Louis City in a bit of an entertaining game. We got off to an absolute flyer 1.5 minutes into the game, and there was Tequilio, our Brazilian attacking midfielder, scoring a wonderful header to put us a goal up. Danny Pereira scored from the penalty spot to make it 2 inside 20 minutes, and then St. Louis got one just a couple of minutes later, 23 minutes gone. Hartel laid it into Toucher, who was completely open, and he fired it through the legs of Marriott to make it 2-1. That was the full-time game, but stats-wise, we absolutely dominated them. 12 shots to 6, 5 on target to 2. We had an XG of 1.47, and they had an XG of 0.9, so a very welcomed win. And then the final game I want to recap is Charlotte FC. Another win, 2-1 again in this one, and it was a really good goal. Tequilio is coming alive in attacking midfield. A lovely volley from the Brazilian to put us 1-0 up. Pereira took the corner, swung it in. Trulio was there at the near post to get a lovely header inside 25 minutes, but with 5 minutes to go, it was Charlotte FC that got a consolation goal to make it 2-1. Just had to edit out a sneeze there, but as you can see in the stats, we absolutely dominated the game again. 13 shots to 9, 5 on target apiece, but we had an XG of 1.78 and they had an XG of 0.92. But in this game, it came at a bit of a cost. Daniel Pereira missed a penalty and then got injured, as did Mauricio Dyack up front, our main target forward. So we've got a few injury concerns to worry about as we head into the Leagues Cup. And that was just a recap of the highlights that I thought would be good to show you in the game. So we are sort of turning it around. We've abandoned the 4-2-4 for a little bit and gone for a slightly better shape in the 4-2-3-1. Still suits us very well and allows us to be a little bit more defensive. There were a few comments to say I think we were being a bit too attacking, and I do think that is what caught us out in this terrible run between the, well, I mean, if you take out the US Cup, if we remove the Cup in here, like get rid of the Cup, like that run is dreadful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losses in a row. We have now got 2 wins back to back, then a loss against Houston, and then we're unbeaten in the last 3. But we go to the Atlas Cup for the we go to play Atlas, in the Leagues Cup next. Now Atlas are a team from Mexico, I think. Yes, they are. They're from the Mexican Football Federation, so it'll be interesting to see how we get on against them. But I also wanted to use this episode to touch on a few players, just to have a quick look at development. So obviously with the first pick, we took Jack Marriott, and this is now what he's looked like. A little bit of improvement going on in there. Obviously he's had one big injury which rolled him out for about 6 weeks, so he has had a little bit of a lack of progress, a little drop in ability, as well. He still kept his potential ability as very, very high. But if we look at his attributes in all time, so about 4 or 5 months now, he's improved in jumping reach, his leadership's going up, his anticipation's going up, command of area's going up, and handling's going up as well, but no significant changes. I'm not expecting anyone to have that much significant change as we go through this sort of first 6 months review of development. But yeah, he's still our first choice goalkeeper. He is the best goalkeeper at the club. 19 appearances this season so far, an average of a 6.91, so he's having a pretty good season. We're still trying to work on his personality, although mercenary isn't the worst. It just means there's very little loyalty in there. But yeah, looking forward to see how he can develop. So Logan Mallet was another one that we were very excited to draft in as well. And I think a lot of our bad form has sort of linked into his injury. Obviously, he's got a massive injury. He's out for the rest of the season, and we're keeping an eye on how he's going to come back with that. But if we look at his progress, attributes overall time as well, just a drop off in heading and stamina, nothing else really happening too much, which is quite good in a way because he's had this huge injury. So his bravery did take a big drop at one point, as you can just see here, but it went from a 6 to a 5. It stayed at 5, so I don't know why that isn't now showing that it's gone. Oh, there we go. It bugged out. But yeah, so corners have gone up. Free kicks gone down. Heading's gone down. Long shots have gone up. Penalty taking's gone down. Bravery dropped to 5, but his decisions, composure, and concentration have all gone up, which I really like. Positioning going up as well. And physically, he is developing as well. Obviously, he's out at the moment. As I said, he is back into light injury, but he's not going to be playing again this season, and we've got a lot of hopes for him. He is a good striker for us. He is our advanced forward. He brings a lot of pace and good finishing, which is very key. So yeah, hopefully he develops a bit more as well. So another first round pick we're all a bit excited for was Joe Whitehead, the centre back. He is improving quite a lot. He's also wanted by Toronto, so potentially could look to trade him for some more draft picks in the future. But yeah, he is developing pretty well as well. Generation Adidas player, so lots of potential room to grow. That's the whole point of the Generation Adidas. But you can see here, slight overall improvement in mental, slight overall improvement physically as well. No significant changes technically, although his marking, his tackling and his heading are all going up, which is very, very good. In terms of his mentals, the biggest jumps are in concentration and decisions, which is really good to see. And his jumping reach is going up, his strength is going up, and stamina and pace going up as well. So a lot of improvement from Joe, which is good. Very nice to see that. He is becoming pretty good. 21 games this year for us, a 6.63. He doesn't quite perform as well as he probably should. And if that doesn't improve, then we will look to trade him on, because I think there'll be some underlying figures and numbers in there that mean he's not as good as he probably should be. And then of course our probably main man of the season is Connor Dawson. He is progressing very, very well. He was drafted as the number 10 pick. I think he was our second draft of the whole, maybe our third draft of the whole super draft thing, but looking very, very good, performing very well. Attacking midfield right, 21 games, 4 goals, 9 assists and a 7.14. He is looking very, very good. In terms of progress in his attributes, he's seen a slight improvement in technical, mental and physical, which is really, really good. Huge improvements in his pace, natural fitness and strength. Off the ball has gone up a lot, leadership's going up as well, and composure's going up, which is really good. He's had a whole growth in long throws. I don't know why that is. Penalty taking's gone up as well, long shots going up, but general improvement all round is really, really good. You can see he had a bit of a spike on his predicted current ability. It's dropped down a little bit since then, but yeah, I'm very, very excited to see what Connor Dawson can do. Probably has been our best player of the whole season. And then just one other person I wanted to touch on. Unfortunately, he also has an injury at the moment as well, and that was Mauricio Diac, our big tall striker that we've signed to the club. He's actually started the season not too bad at all. 8 goals and 2 assists in 27 games. Might get a little bit less game time. Well, we'll especially get less game time because he's injured, but in the future, if we're playing with one striker, he may drop out just a little bit. But before his injury, he was actually doing pretty well in terms of his development. You can see he had development going up in penalty taking, long shots and corners, big upgrades in determination and leadership as well, and of course his physicals are already pretty good, but he's seen an improvement in pace and jumping reach, which will be good. Off the ball's going up, decisions is going up, anticipation's going up as well. He has been been affected by that recent injury, but I do think there's a future for him, and I'm excited to see what he can do. Because as a target forward, I know it's not saying it's one of his best attributes, but he's got decent ability to play as a target forward, and he tries to play killer balls often, which is quite good, because in the highlights you see it quite often. He holds the ball up and then just turns spins and plays a wonderful through ball, even though he's only got passing 8 and vision 9. That trait does seem to be working for him. But yeah, we're going to be keeping an eye, but everybody is doing reasonably well. We knew this first season was going to be tough with only the Super Draft players coming in, and Owen Wolff and Daniel Pereira basically, but it is Dyak that leads the goal scoring with 8. Sorry, he is up there with 8. Daniel Pereira with 6, Micah Burton with 5. In terms of the assists, it's 9 for Connor Dawson. Odoriso has 7, and Owen Wolff has 5 in there as well. I mean, Connor Dawson is just spectacularly good. He's wanted by Columbus, San Jose and Minnesota. Owen Wolff is wanted by Toronto. Daniel Pereira is wanted by a host of teams, San Jose, Vancouver and Philadelphia. Joe Whitehead is wanted by Toronto. So it's not... there's some interest in our players if we do need to go and get some other draft picks. A quick look at the B team just to show you who we've dropped down to the B team at the moment. Austin number 2. These are the players that just weren't playing for us at all. Obviously David Smith got called up when we had an injury, which is fine. Cervantes, Stuver and Ryan are the original players we're still trying to sell. They'll all be leaving at the end of the year because their contracts expire. But Zavala wasn't playing for us, so we've dropped him down just so he can go and get some football in the B team, and that is the same as Jose Afonso as well. Someone that I'd like to potentially get some more game time in, but we may look to trade him for some draft picks, because although he's not bad, there's no red attributes on there at all, and enjoys big matches and he's consistent. He's just not amazing. So we'll keep an eye and see what he can do. But he could help us out now that we're playing with an attacking midfielder. He could come in because his technique's good, passing's not dreadful. He's got good off the ball. He's good leadership, good decisions, good bravery, good aggression. He sort of ticks all the boxes you need, but he's not going to progress very much. And he's Brazilian. And I do love a Brazilian in this sort of squad as well. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. In terms of finances and stuff, it's all great because you get loads of money in the MLS, and we're not buying any players, so that is all good. Right, let's get into the first game of the episode. Let's go and play Atlas in the Leagues Cup. And if you know what the Leagues Cup is, let me know down below. It seems to be a sort of CONCACAF thing. Is it CONCACAF? Yeah, CONCACAF is America, isn't it? Or is it Africa? Is it CONMEBOL? I can't remember. It's the sort of like MLS, Mexico. Is it Canada? I assume Canada might be in it as well. Anyway, let's go and play Atlas. All right then, Atlas. We are playing in Austin. I don't know why I said it was a neutral venue, but we're playing in Austin. This is the team that we've gone for. Jack Marriott in goal, Sandoval, Webb, Grizerb and Cerner at the back. Toves and Johnson partnering each other in midfield because both Wolff and Pereira are out of this one. Connor Dawson, Otakilo, Odoriso and Micah Burton leads the line. They're lining up in a 4-2-3-1 as well, so it should be an interesting game. There is some other news in the staff as well. Our assistant manager, who was actually quite good, has now left. He has gone. He's gone to join... I can't remember who it was. It was another MLS team that he's gone to join. We're playing with a grey ball again. We're playing with a bowling ball, but it is what it is. And we've brought in Arjen Robben as our assistant manager because he has a very good personality, and although he's not got the greatest stats, he does have some good coaching badges as Dawson with a good interception there. Lays it into Burton, up to Johnson into Odoriso, back through to Otakilo. Our Brazilian hits the bar, and Atlas just about hold on with the ball there. But yes, Arjen Robben is in as our assistant manager. We are still going with the get the best personalities in rather than looking at attributes and things like that. So Garcia still going there, but we've hit the bar early on. Here is Cerner with a throw in. Odoriso, Cerner dinks it to the back post, and good hands from Vargas to claim that one. So Atlas just about dealing with our pressure. We have changed our system to this 4-2-3-1, and I've come up with one based on the players we have, which is nicknamed as the Armadillos tactic, because that is the nickname for Austin FC. They are the Armadillos, and we'll see how it goes on. Toves feeds it out to Dawson, out to Sandoval. Sandoval comes forward up to Dawson again. Dawson drops it back to Sandoval, swings in across. Burton's underneath it, can't get there. Odoriso chasing the ball, headed away again. Sandoval is there, puts it up the line to Otakilo, into Dawson. Dawson's in, Dawson shoots, it's 1-0 Austin. It's a lovely goal, his 5th goal of the season, and another assist for Otakilo. I'll tell you what, he's Otakilo's a bit of a sleeper draft pick, I think. He wasn't drafted very high, but he has done very, very well in terms of coming into this team a little bit late on as we change to an attacking midfield role. Dawson, lovely finish past the keeper. 1-0 Austin. We're coming forward again. Dawson just loses the ball as he was trying to dribble through the Atlas defence. You can see they are counter-attacking us pretty well. Aguirre comes forward. Ball to the back post. What a save from Marriott. Header on the rebound is over the bar. Jack Marriott with a huge save for Austin. So throwing again for Atlas. Gomez knocks it back to Rocha into Zaldivar. Zaldivar goes into Gomez. Looks to dink it over the top. Far too much on that. Marriott will claim that one with good hands. Nice and easy. He's got options at the back. So he bowls it out short to Captain Gazerb. Captain for today. Into Webb. Webb just holding this one up to Gerbs. Trying to just draw them out a little bit by playing out of defence. In it goes to Troves. Up to Johnson. These two central midfielders are definitely both backup holding midfielders for us. Odoriso does manage just to get that one all the way back to Gazerb. Johnson's there again. Does very well on a bit of an overlap. Johnson puts it into Otakilo, into Cerna. Cerna, low cross, it's spilt and Burton makes it too. The goalkeeper's had an absolute shocker. Vargas will be blamed for that one. He should have just caught that one easily into his chest. Spilt it into the path of Burton. And that is 2-0 Austin as Johnson came forward, laid it into Odoriso. He got tackled or taken out. Cerna pounced and the goalkeeper's had an absolute shocker. Burton rifles it into the bottom corner. 2-0 Austin. Corner ball to Atlas. It's not actually been that much of an entertaining game. The shots on goal have been limited, I think we can call them. Into Rocha. Rocha cuts it back to Zaldivar. That's a good little touch. It's a good finish to fire it home. 2-1 as Atlas get themselves back into this one. The Mexican team who have been drawn alongside us and Minnesota. So it seems you play like the league games once because we've got Minnesota up next. But that's a good touch from Rocha there. Laid it back. Zaldivar was in, fired it across Marriott. Maybe could have done better. Maybe was blocked by Gazerb. But it's 2-1 with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Throw in for Atlas again just before half time. 3 minutes of time added on. Garcia into Zaldivar again. Shoots from range over the bar. But yeah, we're doing all right. We're keeping in it. As you can see, 5 shots a piece and 3 on target each as well. That's a poor pass out from the back from Gazerb as Aguirre comes forward. Is it Aguirre? It would be Aguirre probably. For Mexican, it's blocked again. I think that was a double block from Webb there. He was on a yellow card and I thought not playing very well, but that was 2 lovely blocks. And we get to half time with it just swinging into Atlas's favour. So I think I'm going to say I'm happy because I'm pretty sure we're the underdogs here. Shane Tove's not playing great. The front 4 are doing a really good job. But yeah, other than that, no, Tom Webb on a yellow card and a 6.6 we'll keep an eye on. But generally, I am quite happy with how we're playing. We do have Joe Whitehead on the bench as well, who can come on to replace Webb if needed. But yeah, overall, for the start of the Leagues Cup, hopefully we get out of the group because I don't want to crash out of a competition at the first hurdle. I'd like to get through the first round, but Atlas have taken over possession here early on in the second half as Robles plays it out to San Martin. San Martin into Casado, back to Rocha, into Gomez. Good possession, but Otakilo wins it back. And Toves finds Dawson, our key man, and Dawson accelerates into the space, into Burton. He looked offside. It's a really good save. He was offside. Corner ball. Rocha had to swing it in. I was just about to make a couple of changes for a tactical tweak to try and keep the ball a little bit more. Doria goes back out to Rocha, back to Doria again. They're not swinging the ball into the box, but they've worked it well. Robles is there. Good tackle from Cerna. Can we counterattack now? Odoriso comes forward with it over the top. Looks for the run for Burton. The advance forward. He's in. Libs the keeper. He's hit the bar. Dawson on the rebound. Squares it and Burton's there. I think that is going to count. The flag hasn't gone up. It's 3-1. Burton was so unlucky to hit the bar in the first instant. But Dawson pounced. And I thought Dawson was going to shoot. It's a wonderful counter-attack. As Burton here. One touch. Lovely effort to go over the keeper. Falls to Dawson. He had the vision to pick out Burton and make it 3-1. Now we can actually sit back on this lead and try and just hold the ball a little bit more, kill the game out, save a little bit of energy. We'll go to our defensive armadillos tactic and see what we can draw out from here. I think we are going to take Webb off for Whitehead. Just don't want any silly red cards in this one. So 3-1 up. We go to a slightly more defensive counter-attacking shape where we're not going to counter press. We're not going to try as many risky passes as Toves put in a good tackle, but it's going to fall to Zaldivar. Out to Garcia. Garcia comes down in this field. Ball in. It's a really good finish from Cocado. It's being checked. Now, he looked like he ran from deep, so I think he's going to be onside. But it is being checked by the referee. I mean, he's taking the ball back to the centre spot, so it's definitely a goal. That is the known thing in Football Manager. It's 3-2. Have I gone defensive a little bit too early? Zaldivar out to Garcia. Down the left-hand side. Held it up well. Put it across into Cocado. It's a really good finish. It's a really, really nice finish from the striker. And we get a kick-off highlight straight away. So hopefully it's not another goal for Atlas to make this 3-3. If it is, we'll go back to our attacking shape. As Johnson picks the ball up into Otakilo. Otakilo looks for Burton, headed away by Robles. Odoriso's there. Odoriso does win it back, and Odoriso fires home 4-2. Atlas's revival is very short-lived. I think we're only going to do one game in today's episode because this game has got a lot of highlights and a lot of action, and we had that little recap before as well, and I don't want it to go on for too long. But Robles with a poor header to be a poor clearance. But Odoriso did really well. Drove at the defender, won it back off San Martin, and fired it past that near post at Vargas. He'll be very disappointed. 4-2 to Austin. Okay, 65 minutes gone. We're going to make some defensive changes in here, I think. We've got a few tired legs. Gazerb can come off for Trulio. Sandoval can come off for Bentley. And then we've got Shane Toves is looking tired for Jim Sattler, so we'll bring Sattler on in here. He can go over to the playmaker role, and we are sort of killing off the game now with this this more defensive system. As Cerna comes forward, dinks a ball in towards Dawson. His header is very well saved by Vargas, and that will be a corner. Whether we get to see it or not, I do not know. No, we don't. So into the final few minutes, we swing across into the box. Dawson's beaten in the air, but you can see we're committing less and less men forward as the game continues on. So Garcia brings it forward for the Mexican outfit Atlas. He's still going, Garcia. Dribbling well with that bowling ball. Cross in. That's a really good header. Cocaro gets his second of the game, his second goal of the season as Marriott's beaten there with 1 minute to go. 4-3. It's been entertaining. This time he's not taking the ball with him. But yeah, that's a really good cross in. I mean, we have changed both of our centre-backs, so there's going to be a little bit of an issue there. But yeah, just drifted off the back of Trulio, who was the left-back we drafted to make into a centre-back because of the attributes he's had. So he's still learning the role. But pretty poor defending. 5 minutes of time added on. Hopefully we can see this one out. We have had all the momentum of the game, and we have played very well. We've definitely not been outplayed. I think a draw would have been a fair result, but we've done very well. We hit the woodwork ties, 3 clear-cut chances for both teams. And yeah, not a bad start to the leagues. I keep calling it the League Cup, the Leagues Cup. So I think we've done very, very well, because I assume Atlas would have been rated higher than us. Generally, Mexican football teams are deemed to be better than the MLS, I think. But we shall see. But overall, what good performances. Young Austin FC shine against Atlas, which is very nice. Dawson inspires the win. He is easily our best player at the moment. Easily our best player. I'll be very surprised if like European clubs don't come in for him at some point. Which is always awkward, because when you sell a player outside of the MLS, you have to give 25% of the money to the MLS as a sort of business. So yeah, that's a very interesting rule that is in here as well. But a quick update then in the competitions before we end the video. In the MLS our conference, we are 10th in the conference, but we do have a couple of games in hand on the teams above us. In the Supporter Shield, we find ourselves down in 20th, but again, a couple of games in hand could see us shoot up all the way, if they go in our favour, to maybe mid-table, like 12th, 13th. Although there's 29 teams, so I guess that'll be upper mid-table, which would be nice. In the Leagues Cup, we go top with 1 win from 1, because we're the only 2 teams that have played. And in the US Cup, we were knocked out by Nashville in the quarter final. So thank you so much for watching. Please do keep leaving your likes, subscribe and comments and all of that good stuff. It's the best way to show that you're enjoying the series. I'm actually really enjoying this. It's something slightly different, something a bit more fun, and we're seeing how it goes. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.